first opened back in 2008, there's a look at Lucas Oil Stadium here in downtown Indy. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Arizona Cardinals and the Indianapolis Colts. Ready to get us started, Rodrigo Blankenship. And we are underway from Indianapolis.
Ready.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. A solid stiff arm. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. Tackled by the corner, C.J. Henderson. The Colts come into this one still undefeated despite the one tie. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them, and I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Here we go.
From just shy of midfield, Love looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection.
Watch out now, 50 Fury.
The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
Here we go.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Shot, 17. Ready?
Working out of the gun. Love. Under pressure, they got him again. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick. Now make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. The Colts send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. This will be fielded at the 17. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Murray. He's going to let this one go deep. He's got him in. Complete. Touchdown, Cardinals. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cards get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Rodrigo Blankenship now for the PAT. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0.
Makes the score Cardinals 7, Colts 0.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, it's not going to. We still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Another try after the first down sack. Love. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Love now to pass on first down. That is knocked away and incomplete, but a penalty flag. In the backfield, this might be a roughing call.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And some room to maneuver. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 49 yards rushing for him now in just his first 3 carries. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a first down. Well done. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage 1 play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Ready up.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Touchdown, Colts! From 4 yards out.
And the Colts are an extra point away from drawing level.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's caught at the 25. A huge play there for Arizona. 51 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
Someone zooming past that number there. They run with Barkley on first down, and he gets about 5 out of it.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
These two teams all tied after one.
With the score tied 7-7.
Second down, here's Barkley again. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But a short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Again, it's Barkley. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
On 2nd and 11 now. Murray, he's got his tight end McBride on the out route. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
That coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Touchdown, Cardinals. Marquise Brown from 4 yards out. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Cardinals 14, Colts 7.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. Jordan Love ready on first down here. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Out of bounds at the 32-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now Love will try with his legs. He pitches it. And some room to run now. And he will take this all the way down to the Cardinals' 34.
84 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Well, when you're able to break a run against a cover 2 or a 2-deep zone, safeties are back a little ways. What you're counting on is the guys taking care of business up front and then maybe climbing to the second level, that offensive lineman or tight end getting up to the second level and able to block the safety in order to create a big run.
And making those linemen work with a couple blocks. They look good doing it there. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Love. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Moore. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Great gains back-to-back. Last time over 30 yards, better than 20 here.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Ready.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Ready.
Here's a quick throw out wide. It's McLaurin. Showed off the juke, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Here we go. Here we go. Strikers. Strikers. Blue strikers. Tag.
Here's a give up the middle. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
And his kick is indeed good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
This offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's Murray. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Third down, the Colts beefing up the secondary. 6 defensive backs in the game. To throw is Murray. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Watch out for Hill on the return. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Black shot.
Love now. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Red, cycle. Claw red.
1st down, Love to pass. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Love. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. He will push his way down to about the 14. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Ready,
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
green.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. Now he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Terry McLaurin, as the first half is winding down. And the Colts have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 17-14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Room to run at the 50. And he'll go out of bounds, but 10 yards inside of enemy territory at the 40. Great return.
Partner, when I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game. For here's where the breaks are made. It's the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50, and getting things set up to start the series.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And that is no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the third quarter. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that.
Down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that
They'll run it again with Barkley. And this is going to be a Cardinals first down as he'll get this up to about the... A first down carry for Barkley. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And now Murray's going to set up the throw. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Airing it out, looking for Ridley. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Colts are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Play fake. Here's Love. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A first down there on a pickup of 25. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Still 9 yards to go on second down from the 27. Hands it off out of the gun. 97 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural
touchdown. Terry McLaurin with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. We'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On play action, it's Murray. He's going deep for Brown. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Cardinals. Hollywood Marquise Brown. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Cardinals are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will.
On the ready.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10.
Black Ultra. Huge yellow. Set.
On play action. Love to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a gain of 31. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Ready.
Now a handoff running through the middle. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down.
To throw now. Here's Love. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a 1st.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
104 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year.
And the Colts will add to their 4th quarter lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return.
Powers through it.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
They begin with a run by Barkley. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Now Murray off play action. This is caught. It's Brown. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Throwing on first down is Murray. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Running left, it's Barkley. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
This offense on third down today, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Murray. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
3rd and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory.
Now this time, Murray to throw it. Forced out to his left. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Ready.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Love looking to throw it. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
He's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
The Colts send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fielded just inside the 30. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league,
1st down.
now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll go to Barkley again. He finds some open field here.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. To throw is Murray. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Back to throw. Murray. He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Murray to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, they got the tip they were looking for but couldn't secure it. And this one's over.
What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
So for Indianapolis, the win is their 8th on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead they fall to 5-7. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Dallas Cowboys.